Yo, what's up, good people? It's Tuesday night. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. Got the super team of the Sports Talk thing here with y'all tonight. On one half, Diego Baryshnikov. Here with my main man. What's going on, man? Let's take that ugly ass jersey off, man.
There you go. You're taking shots already. What's good, good people? It's the other AA Sports, your boy Uncle Hate. And I got a Carolina Panthers jersey on because we play Thursday night, and this is Cam's first game of the preseason. But what's good with you?
Hey, man, I can't call it. Ready to go and jump into this thing. We got one more division, the last division of all of them to wrap up on our previews, NFC West night. Of course, we got our regular NFL tidbits, rapid fire segment, last call, the STFU award. Got a couple good candidates this week. And we got some breaking news coming here. Again, we want to definitely, don't forget, watch, like, subscribe, hit that like button on the YouTube channel. Also, thank everybody for joining us on the Spreaker platform and listening to us there. When you're listening on Spreaker, make sure you tap that little heart, give us a like. We appreciate that. Any other feedback and comments are very well appreciated as well on any of our social media platforms. Remember to always reach us at AA Sportscast, IG, Twitter, and you can hit us on the Gmail with that as well. We're going to jump right on to it. You know what time it is. In the club, free before 10 with your broke asses. Open bar. I mean, going to the club free before 10 is so fucking lame. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do sometime. We used to do it in college.
Yeah, we were kids and we used to do it, so I can't blame them.
Yeah, but if you're 35, rushing your homegirls or your boys, hey, hurry up and get ready so we can get there before 10 so we can get them 2 free drink tickets. Step your game up.
Yeah, do better. But, normally when we have the show, we start off and we got our open bar situated. But this week, we did have it situated, but a trade just went down about an hour ago. The Cavs finally got it done. They traded Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving got sent to Boston. He got sent to Boston for Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, some other big dudes, and a 2018 first-round pick from the Brooklyn Nets.
Unprotected.
Unprotected. This trade might have been like a win-win for both, to me, if that pick wasn't in there. Throwing that pick in, and I've been waiting and hoping that there was another player from the Cavs included, but it hasn't been. This is all straight up for Kyrie. I'm lost.
Oh, man, this – to me, like you said, it was iffy of it being even without the pick. I still would give the edge to Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, they won the trade. They won.
The pick. But, Boston kind of wins as well because now they don't have to worry about the conundrum of whether to pay Isaiah Thomas, max money, which we know he wouldn't work.
And that's what made the trade work. People sitting there looking at it like it's a gap, but it's not. You got to match up money in the NBA. That boy was only making $6.5 million. So, excuse me, Kyrie's making, I want to say 22 to 25. So they had to throw Crowder and this other cat in because he wasn't making no money. No, Kyrie's at like 19, 20. He ain't at 25. So, yeah, that's a little bit closer. But, I mean, it's a win basketball-wise for both. But that pick changes stuff.
Yeah, especially with it being Brooklyn's pick and it being unprotected. So
that's top 3, easily.
Let's just think about going forward real quick. I saw somebody actually put it on Twitter, so I can't take full credit for it. But if the Cavs get the number 1 pick next year, and we'll just say hypothetically, I don't know, they win a championship or change of heart, LeBron stays. You could be looking at Isaiah Thomas, LeBron, what's the boy name? Kevin Love.
Yeah.
And possibly getting Michael Porter Jr.
Right. I haven't seen much of him. Is he legit?
For a couple games that I've seen, Nike Summit, things like that, the boy can ball.
I keep hearing he's the closest thing to Durant.
I haven't seen that kind of shooting stroke from him, but I can't say that I've watched maybe enough of his games to see that. I don't know about that, but he's very talented. We're going to see this year. I know his brother reclassified and is going to Missouri with him. I think his dad is going to be the coach at Missouri.
Right.
I'll be there. Now, it's going to be SEC. Other than Kentucky, I don't know what the competition is going to look like. So, we'll see. But that just is potentially with Cleveland.
No, I mean, you're right. And it's 100 because they got the right now and the future in one trade. If LeBron dips, they're good. They can choose to pay Isaiah. They got Crowder for 2 more years because he's under contract 2 more years. Everybody else is under contract under the Cavs. People act like Isaiah didn't ball last year. The boy averaged 29 points a game. 29. It's all.
I mean,
shout out to the little fella up there in Cleveland. I think his name is Altman. He's 34. I didn't expect them to pull some shit off like this at all.
Well, when the rumors came out a few months ago, or about a month or whenever it was, we sat here and we was like, we don't think Kyrie going anywhere.
Right.
Only team that we agree, I think we both agreed, but only team that had the assets to trade for him was Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I know I didn't think that Cleveland would trade with their conference rival.
Right.
Trying to get to a championship. So I didn't think that was going to happen. But with the deal that they got, I can understand.
That lets you know we some old heads right there, because I'd be damned if Michael Jordan would be traded to the Knicks, even if he wanted to leave. It's just a different league nowadays. They look at it straight as business. This ain't rivalries no more. It's what can we do to help my team? And the crazy thing is they play each other opening night.
I mean, because there's really no other marquee matchup, even before the trade. What other really marquee matchup in the East could you make?
Nah, it was. I mean, they were limited. The only deal I saw them really being able to make was Josh Jackson and Bledsoe, but Phoenix wasn't coming off of Jackson.
I didn't really like that deal either way.
You ain't like that one?
Nah. Bledsoe, he all right.
I mean, I guess I looked at it. They ain't have many options.
Yeah.
You know, that's the main thing. I mean, even with 2 years left in the deal, they ain't have many options.
Yeah, I think taking that Phoenix deal would have been settling.
Yeah, I mean,
wanted just to do it.
But in most cases, when you got a star like that, look at what we done saw this summer. What Chicago got for Jimmy. What Indiana got for Paul George. It's really only so much. That's why it's so surprising that they got this type of haul for this kid.
And then it makes it even better because now it takes pressure off of Derrick Rose.
I forgot all about him.
Now he don't have to try to be the starting point guard. Now he can come off bench and be 6-man and just score, which is pretty much all he is good for at this point in his career.
I forgot all about him.
Yeah. So, you think about the Cavs offseason. Let's just kind of recap their offseason. They went from not doing anything to now they just picked up. They got Derrick Rose. They got Jay Crowder. They got They got a first-round pick.
Jeff Green.
Okay, they got Jeff Green.
They brought that Euro kid over. He's another tall defender. Okay. They brought him over.
But then now you got rumors of Chicago buying out Dwayne Wade. I think we're going to get to that in a little bit in a minute. So, very interesting. Now, one thing about Boston, we haven't really touched much on the Boston side of it. We know Kyrie's not an elite defender. Mm-hmm. So, but he does help in the regards that he's not 5'2". But outside of that, I don't know how much it helps. And you're getting rid of Jay Crowder. You're getting rid of one of your dogs.
That's the dog they had. Him and Isaiah were the attitude on that team.
Marcus Smart. They still got Marcus Smart.
Yeah, they still got one goon left.
So, and they picked up one of the Morris twins.
They got 2 goons now.
So
Well, we'll see where it goes. At the end of the day, Cleveland's good job on Cleveland's end. You think this I don't want to go heavy in basketball. We're about to get off of this. I just honestly can't see LeBron going to the West. I just can't.
It's too early. For me, it's just too early to tell what's going to happen, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's just, why would you want to go out there in that bloodbath every game when you got a clear path to the finals almost every year right now?
Yeah, but I mean, if you got Houston, okay, now you got Minnesota. I was about to say, because you think about it, maybe four teams in the West are real strong.
But if he goes to the Lakers, he got to play Golden State. Well, that's a division rival. You're going to play them, what, 10, 12 times a year?
I think it's 6 or 8, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Well, I'm just thinking about playoff time.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to go through all of those teams. Some of them are going to eliminate each other.
True.
So
we'll see.
But like I said,
it's rather early.
It is easier in the East as we sit right here, but you know, who knows? We'll see what happens next year.
Yeah. After this last little topic, the NBA is putting to bed because I ain't gonna be featuring that shit till when football starts.
Hey, so the schedule, because we didn't really touch on the schedule dropping we didn't really touch on that too much last week, but in order to give these guys more rest and cut out a lot of these back-to-backs and 4 games and 5 nights and all that, they had to move the damn schedule up 2 weeks. So now the season starts in the middle of October versus on Halloween.
You know how I feel about that. So, they need to start the season around Christmas, drag that shit through the end of July, to keep some of that. You're not going to win against the NFL right now. You're just not. But I don't even pay basketball no mind to the Christmas Day games, to be honest.
I started watching it more last year when I had the league pass, and I wanted some of the younger teams. So I did start watching it a little bit more earlier last year than what I'm accustomed to. So, you know, we'll see. But,
all right, let's jump on into these tidbits, this rapid fire.
Yep, rapid fire segment. All right, so.
It feels like we haven't been on for a while. So a lot of this stuff happened because we did not do a Thursday show last week. We went Wednesday, and we took a bit of a bye those last couple of days. But a few things happened since then. Le'Veon Bell, the news came out last Friday, I believe, that on the deadline date for the franchise tag, July 17th, he got offered a contract from Pittsburgh. It was 5 years, $12 million a year. 42 of it was going to be guaranteed. 30 was going to be guaranteed in the first 2 years, 42 overall. And Le'Veon turned it down. He turned it down. He said he wanted $15 million a year. I believe we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but it's only certain teams that do things a certain way. Right. I believe New England and Pittsburgh. $12 million a year would have put him $3.5 million ahead of the next highest player, which is Devontae Freeman right now. What's going to happen with this? Because this is a fork in the road, for real.
Right. You know, we sat here and we was like, you know, I think the highest paid, I think we was talking about it a little bit before Devontae got his deal. I think the highest paid at the time was Shady at like $8 million. So we was like, okay, he might get like 10. Steelers may go like 10. Okay, they went 12, and he still said no at the very last minute. Now, he's talking about 15. That tells me that he really understands his value as a receiver. Right. You know, to this team. Now, whether they pay him that, it's going to boil down to one thing. He got to play 16 games, and he got the ball out of his fucking mind this year.
Ben need to get some money back. Restructure.
That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen.
Ain't that what the leaders do? Tom Brady would have gave that money back.
Tom Brady's a fucking fool for that shit.
Yeah, we do admit Tom Brady's a damn fool when it comes to that money.
You know, and Ben already talking about getting out.
That's true.
Ben got one foot out the door, so he ain't finna give up no money.
Turn that shit in. Take it away from salary. Turn it into a signing bonus right now.
Yeah.
That frees up that cap space. But I don't see them giving him 15 because, I mean, the offer is $3.5 million more than the next highest paid cat. We was religiously saying $10 million. You're lucky to get 10. Yeah. They went 12.
They went 12. And this is Pittsburgh. Yeah. He gonna have to ball out his goddamn mind to get 15.
Ooh. I mean, but technically, 1,268 yards rushing, I thought I had the passing yards on here too. 616 yards receiving. That's balling out your mind.
And that's missing a couple games.
I think he missed what? Was it 2 to 4 last year?
The first 4.
First 3. That's in 12 games.
3 or 4 he missed.
Whew. 13 and a half.
That got the
young boy got his mind made up, huh?
You got the injury history. That would really. You talk about resetting the market at positions. That would really change the game right there, and NFL owners would be pissed.
Well, it's only 2 other good ones if you really look at it: David Johnson and Zeke. Well, Gordon's good, but as far as right now, I think it's David Johnson and Jerry gonna pay Zeke. They ain't even gonna matter. So Zeke just sitting back like this, just waiting. So,
but you're still talking about resetting the market because even if you up here to 15, now you got to even backs that are now like in that 7 to 9 range. Now you got to creep them up a little bit just to kind of keep close. So the owners ain't gonna like that shit. They ain't gonna like that shit at all.
They ain't gonna like that at all. All right, number 2 on our rapid fire. There was a game last Thursday between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Blake Bortles.
You said it was the Jaguars? I thought it was Atlanta Metro, junior college.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a stat. 63 turnovers, 51 of them were interceptions. That's the 3rd most in the league over the last 3 seasons. This is Blake Bortles we're speaking of. Is it a wrap?
Well, we knew about his numbers from last couple of years. We talked about them in the division a couple of weeks ago. But it could very well be. At the same token, it was a single game. Now, to me, he made one horrible throw. That one that he short arm that he threw short to Allen Robinson. Yep. And he had another throw that he short arm. No, of course not. Outside of that, no, he didn't blow it up. But I put it this way: he did. He definitely struggled. But his pass, I think, has us asking these questions. If it was any other quarterback, we're like, well, you know what? It's a preseason game. They're trying to get in their groove. We'll see how it go.
That, but at the same time, all the chatter coming out of camp ain't helping. I think we talked about him a couple weeks ago. They was talking about all them pick sixes he's throwing in camp.
Right.
But I think he might need a change of scenery. Because at the end of the day, I don't believe Chad Henne's better than him at all.
No, he's not. Nah. And if you look at it, this whole team is garbage. They were not running. They were not running the ball. The O-line is absolutely trash. Even when Chad Henne came in the game and he made better throws, they were still dropping the ball.
Allen Robinson dropped the touchdown.
2 plays before that, I don't know his name, is a young guy. I think he either ran a kick or something back deep in the territory, and they went right back to him, and he dropped the touchdown. He dropped one before Allen Robinson did. So this team, the corners were getting beat to sleep. Now, they weren't the starting corners.
I was about to say, because they spent some money on them corners, and Jalen Ramsey didn't play, did he?
Jalen Ramsey or Aboye?
Yeah, they got him from Houston. Yeah,
neither one of them played. So, you can take that with a grain of salt. But this whole team is just horrible. And I don't know many quarterbacks. I don't care who you are. You can't succeed if you don't have a run game and an offensive line.
So, yeah, I figure he will be starting week 1. And I think I took them to win the division. So, shit, I got to ride with this.
I'm not – you took who to win the division?
I think I took Jacksonville. Did I? Or Houston? I can't remember. We got to write this shit down. I figured they would be better. You didn't take Jacksonville to win the division. I would have been roasting you for that. Hey, man, I step out there sometimes. It's what I do. I probably took Houston. I took you. You took the Colts, right?
No, I didn't take the Colts. I took Houston.
No, you took the. Okay, I don't remember. Well, shit, maybe I did take Jacksonville.
No. I want to let you do that. I want to let you do that.
Okay.
The Titans and the Colts. I think
you know what? I took the Titans.
Okay.
I took the Titans. You took Houston. I took the Titans. I expected them to be better. I picked them to go third. I picked them third in the division over the Colts. That's what I did.
Okay.
I knew I stepped out there. All right. Anquan Bolden retired on Sunday. He retired from Buffalo 13 days after telling him he was all in and he wanted to be there. 14 years in, this is his 15th year. I don't blame him.
I really don't.
I don't blame him.
I don't. I mean, he really could have retired after he left the 49ers.
He went up there and took that last check from Detroit. Hey, man.
You think it was a matter of because he said he rather focus on humanitarian stuff off the field and what have you. You think he just really got the camp, got in the game, and was like, you know what, Tyrod Taylor, nah, fuck this.
Because he went there thinking he was gonna be the number 2. They trade goddamn Sammy Watkins like a couple days later. Then Tyrod goes out there and throws a 12% passer rating in the game. He's like, man. And it's gonna be snowing up here come November, like real snow.
We not going anywhere.
Hey, last time I checked, Anquan from Florida, right?
Yeah.
He ain't playing in that damn snow.
I think the coldest place he's played he played in Detroit last year, but they dome.
They ain't a dome.
He played in Baltimore. Yeah, he played in some cold spots, but Buffalo, that's a different kind of cold.
Hey, that's the difference when you playing in cold and you winning than playing in cold and losing.
That's true. That's true.
We were talking the other day, and you hit me with a I said, man, is Buffalo fucked? And you hit me with something. I told you, I said, hold it for the show. It was good shit. Let people know.
Buffalo they're cursed by the football guys. Let me explain to you what I mean, people. Football guys say, you know what? Fuck this team. We gave them 4 straight Super Bowl appearances. 4. And they could not come away with 1. So you know what? Fuck them. Buffalo, I'm going to lay a little bit more on you. Because after we talked about it, you told me to hold it. I did a little more research. We were trying to figure out if they had been to the playoffs since Jim Kelly.
Right.
Well, they had. They went in 98 under Doug Flutie. And they went in 99 under Rob Johnson. I don't know if you remember Rob Johnson.
I remember him, yeah.
99 was the last time that they've been to the playoffs. So they are the only team that includes the Rams, that includes the Jaguars, that includes the Jets, the Cleveland Browns. They are the only team to not make the playoffs in the 21st century.
Cleveland made the playoffs in the 21st century?
Let that marinate, people. The only team to not make the playoffs in the 21st century.
Wow.
Buffalo is fucked.
Yeah, that's a legit curse. I thought it was funny off of what you said the other day, but these numbers, that makes it even worse. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, let's tie this up real quick. All right, you see the numbers I got in front of you. Anquan Bolden is 9th in receptions all time, 14th in yards, 23rd in TDs. Hall of Fame?
Hood Hall of Fame. I don't think they make canon.
He was really close as far as touchdowns. He could have passed T.O. He's one behind T.O. If he'd have played this year, he would have passed a whole lot of catch. But I don't think he makes it because it's hard getting in the Hall of Fame as a wide receiver in the NFL. It's hard.
I think he only needed like 29 or 30 balls to go from 14th all-time reception-wise up to 9th.
Right.
So, I mean, damn good career. Like you said, it's just hard. It's hard to make it. It's a log jam at receiver.
Right.
I would put him in my personal Hall of Fame all day, just like we said a couple weeks ago from when he broke his face and came back like 8 days later.
Right.
That's right up there with Dirk getting a new leg in like 2 days and coming back.
Shout out to Germany on that one.
And just his overall, just his toughness and his leadership. Hell, being able to play with us those last couple of years that he played with the 49ers and not going ham with those garbage-ass teams that we had, shit, that showed me a lot about him just character-wise in itself. So I like Anquan Bolden. I wish him and Larry Fitz, I wish we would have got more time with them together.
I don't understand why they didn't bring him back to Arizona. I mean, they lost Michael Floyd. They got a lot of young boys, but they ain't got nothing proven. But we said when he took that deal, we was like, there was nowhere else he can go. Like, nowhere.
Yeah, I think you alluded to it a couple weeks ago. They already got old possession receiver in Larry Fitzgerald, so they really didn't need two.
That's true. He damn near tight end at this point. But Trevor Siemian won the starting job for the Broncos. I mean, I kind of figured he would.
Yeah, I was like, not too hard to do.
Right. All right, Goodell.
Yeah, moving on.
Roger Goodell is on the verge of a 5-year contract extension with the NFL. People, I want to say when he came in, the league was bringing in about $2 billion a year, 2 maybe 3. Now they up to 14. You bring in that type of bread because you ain't losing your job.
And I think it's projected that $17 billion. 17 is expected for this year. I saw today.
You ain't losing your job.
You know, you think about Roger Goodell's salary. I saw what he's made over the last 10 years.
What do he make?
$212 million as commissioner over the 10-year period that he's been there.
For suspending folks and fucking them over.
Suspending folks and fucking them over. So, you know what? Shout out to Goodell for that.
But, you know, it makes sense for the league because, you see, the collective bargaining agreement expires in 2021. The TV deal expires in 2022. You ain't going to do no change of leadership with all that coming up. You ain't going to do that. You need some stability.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
He ain't going nowhere. They making money.
Yeah,
I think it's some this last little thing on him. That's some bullshit. He talking about Josh Gordon ain't even under consideration for reinstatement. I don't understand that.
Well, what he said, I saw it go across the ticket. So I'm like, let me find some more information on what is he talking about. I guess the process, somebody else starts the process when players are getting reinstated, and then the stuff comes across his desk to get.
Okay.
So he's saying that whoever's supposed to start it, they ain't even started it yet, so he hasn't even got anything across his desk to consider.
Well, damn.
Now, all that, I don't know how long it takes all that to get rolling, but that ball can start rolling at any point, I would assume. Maybe after the season start, but at some point, it's got to be addressed.
Right. I guess I'm just wrong for looking at it like I do my year, give me a drug test right before. If I pass it, let me go play ball. I guess it's not that easy.
It should be, though.
It really should be. Did you watch any of the game last night?
No, I didn't. I didn't even realize the game was on until, like, third quarter.
Okay, did you see that hit on Odell?
I saw the hit.
It was a legal hit, but they dodged a bullet on that one. I mean, as far as I know, they said there's no structural damage. But
yeah, they said it was just they got the MRI back. It's a sprain. A lot of controversy about whether it was a dirty play or not. I don't think it's dirty. No, I don't think it was dirty. Now it ended up looking dirty just the way that it ended. But I don't think he was really trying to aim for that part of the knee. I mean, if you watch a lot of football, you know, they can't go high anymore.
Can't go high.
And that's a normal tackle that I see 60% of the games. You see a corner kind of go down and try to hit that. You try to hit him in that thigh.
Right.
In the thigh area and try to get him down. I don't know whether Odell raised his leg a little bit or dude just kind of miscalculated and end up kind of getting him on the lower part of the leg. You don't want that to happen. But I don't think it was intentional or dirty. But hell, it could have been. It's Odell.
Nah, but I tell you one thing. The first team offense played damn near the first half.
Okay, how they look?
They only scored 10 points the entire game.
And I understand Brandon Marshall got hurt as well.
Yeah, they said he day too. But
I ain't worried about him. He played through stuff.
Yeah, he tough. But it looked like the same shit. Like the same shit from that offense. So we gonna see. They got Dallas week 1. All right, final. Go ahead.
I saw a rumor that they need to trade for Matt Forte.
They should. Because Paul Perkins looked like ass last night. Straight ass.
I consider it all day.
All day long. All right, last little tidbit before we get up out of the tidbits for the week. Cam Newton is scheduled to play on Thursday night. We seen what Christian McCaffrey been doing during the preseason. I'm going to ask you this because I know I'm biased as hell. Is Cam going to attempt to change this year, or is he going to do the same thing, tuck his head, run with the ball?
At the end of the day, Tiger don't change his strikes. I think I used that analogy last week. I got to come up with a new one. I think he's going to do both. I think there will be times he's still going to revert back to what he knows. I mean, if you look at running quarterbacks that are primarily runners, you look at Michael Vick. You look at Randall Cunningham. You look at Colin Kaepernick when he was at his peak. At the end of the day, they're going to revert back to what they know, which is tuck it and run.
Right.
I think McCaffrey, for one, will definitely help. He's got good receive. He's got some pretty decent receivers with Olsen. Well, he's a tight end. I kind of look at him as a receiver, though.
Yeah.
If Kelvin Benjamin, like we said, keep them 30 extra pounds off, and they'll be all right. Did y'all get another receiver?
Man, we still got Devin Funchess. We got my cousin Bird.
Okay.
Curtis Samuel. We drafted him out of Ohio State.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm saying I think it's enough there for him to be a little more comfortable than maybe he was last year or 2 years ago. And rely on you guys, Cam. Rely on you.
Yeah, let them cats make plays for you.
Right. It's about longevity, man.
That's it. All right, we're going to jump into the NFC West, people. This is the last division. We have been breaking down divisions every week, pretty much since camp started, I believe. And we are to our final one. We would have been done last week, but Haight had a hard week. All right, the final standings for the NFC West. Last year, Seattle Seahawks went 10-5-1, 3-2-1 in the division. The Cardinals went 7-8-1, 4-1-1 in the division. That was a horrible Sunday night game when they had that tie, people. Ooh, that game was ass.
Yeah.
The Rams went 4-12, 2-4 in the division. And the San Francisco 49ers went 2-14, 2-4 in the division.
2-1-2.
But you know what? We're gonna let the homie speak on them. We're gonna speak on them last. We're going to start with the Seattle Seahawks. All right, total offense, they ranked 12th, 10 in passing, 25th in rushing. Total defense, 5th, 8th in passing, 7th in rushing, 3rd in sacks. Pete Carroll, I'd say pretty much he's the clear-cut best coach in the division. Arians is right behind him.
I'm about to say I like Arians a little bit more myself personally. Pete Carroll.
He's a cheerleader, huh?
I will say he's a rah-rah guy. And after that shit in that Super Bowl.
I'm about to get to that.
You cut down a couple notches for me on that. I'm going to get Arians slightly the better coach in the league. Of course, we got 2 brand new coaches. So, of course, they bringing up the rear.
Gotcha. All right, giveaway, takeaway. They ranked 16th in the league. They had 11 interceptions, 8 fumbles. Giveaways, 12 INTs, 6 fumbles. All right, we're going to come to their quarterback, Russell Wilson. Okay, let me ask you a question. Does Russell catch enough blame for this offense now putting on compared to this defense?
No.
I feel that too.
Absolutely not. And the reason is, one, he's won a Super Bowl very, very early in his career. 2, there's enough other things going on, or not going on, rather, within that offense where he kind of ducks blame,
Yeah.
And he's a media darling. They like you. So when they like you, they tend to not throw all your bad shit out there at the forefront for people to regurgitate every day and discuss like they do some.
That's true.
I thought last year, to me, was, out of all his years, probably his worst year.
I mean, but like you just said, there's a lot of stuff going on that kind of masked that, because that line was ass last year.
It's been bad for a couple of years, and then they lose their left tackle Max Unger for the season already.
Well, no, they traded Unger, but I know you're talking about. They traded Unger to get Jimmy Graham, and it's almost like you're saying we're gonna pass the ball, but we ain't gonna be able to protect Russell because Russell's mobile. But I was talking about this. I was talking about this Saturday when I was with the homie Silk and Big T.
Mm-hmm.
If Russell would have audibled out of that damn pass play and gave that ball to beast mode, right or wrong, I don't think this team would be as divided as it is right now. Because as much as they say they're not divided, they are. They really are.
See, I don't know. One thing I don't like to try to do is gauge a locker room through media reports and sources.
That's true.
So I don't know.
There is some smoke, though. You admit that. There's some smoke.
Yeah, there's some smoke. I don't know who's to blame for it, though. I would look at the coaches more so than Russell.
Yeah, they shouldn't have called that shit off top. So
I mean, I don't know that. I mean, you would think Russell has 100% freedom in an offense to call an audible if he sees fit, but not all coordinators and coaches, I guess, allow that. Is it wrong? Maybe what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Maybe he thought it was a good play call, and he thought he could sneak the ball in there. Which, mind you, without a awesome play from Michael Butler, he could have got it in there.
Yeah.
I don't think Michael Butler, even though he gets his credit for that play, I don't think he gets enough credit that
jumping that route.
Damn good play, jumping that route.
All right, finishing up with their leaders. They had pretty much no run game. They had 2 dudes who ran for 850 yards and 9 touchdowns. Christian Michael, may your career rest in peace. Doug Baldwin, Angry Doug, 94 balls, 1,128 yards, 7 touchdowns. Jimmy Graham had somewhat of a resurgence. 65 balls, 923 yards, 6 touchdowns. They didn't do much in the offseason. They brought in Eddie Lacy and a bust named Luke Jokel to try to revive his career. What you see for their record?
I'm trying to figure out. They just lost their left tackle.
Yeah, they did.
I'm trying to think. I think it's ACL, right?
It was ACL.
Okay, so an already suspect line just got even worse.
Right.
I still got them. I looked at their schedule today from top to bottom. I still think they can get 11-5 easy. I mean, they are in one of the weakest divisions in football. You figure between us, even though the Rams played them pretty good.
Y'all played them hard too.
Nah, not last year. I think the last game of the season we only lost by 2 points, but that was the last game of the season. It was against Scrubs. Early in the year we got drugged. And actually we've been getting drugged by Seattle pretty much since the NFC Championship game up there when Sherm intercepted that Earl Thomas intercepted that ball that was intended for Michael Crabtree in the end zone. They've been pretty much drugging us since then.
Nah, but y'all play them hard at least, though. They ain't cakewalking, but I get you. Win is a win. I get you.
I mean, sometimes I come away from the games like, damn, did y'all at least pinch them? But all that shit's gonna change. All that's gonna change. But I got them going 11-5. I think they should win this division fairly easily, unless some strange shit happens.
I think player who must step up. One of them running backs.
I can see that. For player, I got players who must step up. I got the O-line. They can't continue to have the type of O-line play that they've had and keep skating by. They've been skating.
Yeah.
And, a lot of those issues have been showing up in the playoffs the last 2 years. Atlanta damn sure exposed that line last year. So they got to get that right. Now, if a player with something to prove, that's where I got the running back coming in. I got Eddie Lacy. Of course, he's got to prove he can keep the weight off. He got to prove that he can do what we saw from him early in his career in Green Bay. And even though they really don't have anything to prove because they solidified, they got their name, I want to see Legion of Boom. I want to see what they can do. To me, they kind of took a little step back last year. The numbers look good.
Nobody's scared of them, though.
You got Earl Thomas coming off an injury. Cam was banged up a lot last year. He finally got his money. You got all of the talk in the locker about the locker room being divided and what have you. That team goes and moves based on that secondary. So I want to see. Well, I can't say I want to see them because they have a division rival. But if I wasn't a 49ers fan, I want to see them get back to the level I think that they were. I think they took a slight step down. Yeah,
I think they lost their mystique in regards to people being scared of them.
There you go. That sums it up pretty well right there.
Nope, nobody's scared of them no more. I mean, if you're 25th in rushing, people was running the ball down the gut on them. And on top of that, ain't nobody scared of Cam because they just putting their damn tight ends on the out against him. So, but I can see 11. I can see that 11-5. Arizona, total offense, they were 9th in passing, 18th in rushing. That rushing total surprised me the way David Johnson balled. But total defense, 2nd, 4th in passing, 9th in rushing. You already said how you feel about Bruce Arians. I can't argue that. Giveaway tackle, they ranked 17th. 14 picks, 14 fumbles, 17 interceptions thrown, 11 fumbles. I think this team completely comes down to Carson Palmer. This entire team is on one man's shoulder.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's my guy that's got to step up. When I say step up, He's got to first stay on the field. He has a tendency to get hurt and not play some games or get out for the season or what have you. And he's got to. I mean, he's got to make plays like they expect him to make. There were now the Cardinals last year, we played them pretty well.
Yeah,
they should blow us out, and you know what I'm saying, it didn't happen. So, Carson was 61% of his passes, 4,200 yards, 26 touchdowns, 14 picks. Not too bad.
Those aren't bad numbers. It's just it looked like he was scared last year.
I mean, when you get sacked 40 times, though, you might have a little deer in the headlight.
Hey, that's coming from our Super Bowl run. We got in his ass that game.
Hey, but there's nothing he can do because Carson Palmer cannot move.
Nah,
he is stationary. So if you can put pressure on him and get through that line, there's no way he's going to go.
I should have pulled up what year is he in because he's been around for a long time.
Carson Palmer came out of USC, I want to say, in 2003.
Okay, so it's just year 14. That's still a long time in the NFL.
That's a long time. And I'm a fan.
Maybe 13. Didn't he sit out 1 year when he didn't want to play for the Bengals? And they traded him to the Raiders? He just went home that year?
Oh, damn, I forgot all about that.
So technically that's 13. That's still 13 years in the NFL. Still.
That's a lot.
Shout out to that boy David Johnson. I remember him very well because you ate off of him in the fantasy league we were in. The boy had 1,239 yards, 16 rushing touchdowns. Damn. And those are good numbers. But then you throw in 80 catches, 879 yards, 4 touchdowns in the receiving game. This is a different league, y'all. It ain't like it was when you run your head into the line. Now you gotta be able to split out wide as a wide receiver. Catch that screen. Run that quick slant.
Yeah.
Carson Palmer gotta bring it. He's it. They got a running game. Defense, with all them cats hurt last year, they still finished second in defense. Still.
That's good. And you got Honey Badger back. I like that.
Old boy from Grayson is actually showing signs in the preseason.
Okay, I haven't talked in preseason. He's actually on my list of players with a lot to prove. Robert Kimdichie, because I was very high on him coming in. Not a lot of people were, especially after
they want to mess with him after he jumped out that damn window out that synthetic weed.
You got there geeking and shit. So I'm in your corner. You're saying you're ATL brother. So I mean you from a little bit north in the suburbs, but you're close enough.
Yeah, my way.
I'm pulling for you. I'm pulling for you, Kimdichie. Now your brother is wild as hell. Desmond, I think is his name. He's a wild animal. But Robert, I think he's got some skills, and I want to see him, come about. So, what you got them looking like record-wise? Is Larry Fitzgerald? Well, before we get to the record, Larry Fitzgerald. When is it going to end? Is it this year? Is it next year? He seems to be in pretty good shape, but when you hear him talk about it, you can't really gauge how he's feeling.
I'm confused on why he's doing that when all he's running is 10-yard slants and posts. He ain't going down the field. He ain't getting hit. He ain't getting hit, but he's taking on a lot of contact because they changed his role. They asking him to block a whole lot more. That's true. And he talked about how he wasn't receptive to it at first. He's like, I don't want to fucking be a blocker. But he said he finally went ahead and bought into it. Yeah. So we'll see. Did you hear Bruce Arians? I think it was last week, talk about his receivers? What'd he say? He's not happy. He said out of all the receivers they got in camp, he said he think that he got 2 that can play. It's a whole lot of cats sitting out there right now that can go help him. There's a whole lot of cats. You can make some trades. It's some teams with some wide receivers. I'm gonna go 9-7. Okay, I got them going 8-8. I think I can see them getting 9-7. So we're not too far off in that regard. I think they are basically an average, middle of the road team. I think they're gonna miss Calais Campbell though. With all them sacks they got last year, a bunch of them went down to Jacksonville, down to no man's land. But hey, Jacksonville always got that bag for you players. You gonna lose, but you can go get that bag down there.
And I see they picked up a lot of old dudes. I didn't realize how many old dudes they picked up. Carlos Dansby, Antoine Bethea. If Antoine Bethea has to start or play major time at safety, they're fucked.
You know what? I was looking at it. I know you made a good comment the other day we were talking in regards to the cap situation. You said you can't blame the entire league when it's only a select few teams that could use him.
Right.
This seemed like a perfect place for him to go for a year. Sit, learn under Bruce Arians, work on his play. Compared to Blaine Gabbert, it's just amazing to me. He is their backup, Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah. Now, the one preseason game I saw, he looked all right.
That was a Hall of Fame game, though.
Was it that? Okay, maybe you're right. Okay.
Don't nobody play in that game.
Wait a minute, they picked up Jarvis Jones?
Yeah, that lets you know he was a bust. Bust.
Okay. And we know the Steelers like to develop their guys and pay them and keep them. And they got rid of him. That says a lot.
Bust.
Well, you know what? You know what made him expendable? Bud Dupree made Jarvis Jones expendable.
Yeah, that, and then they drafted JJ little brother. He up there balling.
But there you go.
So, Pittsburgh always had linebackers, and he was not cutting it.
Not at all. He a UGA boy. I wanted to see him do well, but maybe he'll get second chance here in Arizona to maybe do some things. Hopefully.
All right, we can run through these LA Rams real quick. Total offense, they ranked 32nd. Boy, they numbers sucked on offense last year. 31st in rushing, 31st in passing. Now, defense, surprisingly, they were ranked 9th. 10th in passing, 16th in rushing, 24th in sacks. I'm going to look in the camera and say this. Y'all had them good-ass numbers, but y'all don't want to pay Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You bring in Sean McVay as the coach. That's a solid pickup as a coach because what he did with Kirk Cousins, hopefully he can do the same with Jared Goff. Now, giveaway, takeaway, they won with 28. They only had 10 interceptions, 8 fumbles, but then they turned around and threw 20 interceptions and 9 fumbles, so they finished with a negative 11. Case Keenum was the quarterback for most of the year. He finished 30th in QBR, 9 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I want to say it don't make no sense to go ahead with the rest of these individual numbers because most of these cats are gone. But the main person who's gone from that team is that boy 8-8, Jeff Fisher.
Jeff Fisher. Mr.
That might change a lot.
Mr. 8-8 himself. And I'm so I don't even say I like to see people get fired, but I'll say this. I'm glad I didn't see him get another job this year. Now,
may happen next year, cuz.
I was about to say, normally with the retread, they may take a year off, but he'll be right back in the cycle come next year.
No.
Let's see what else stands out. Of course, the defense is the best thing about the Rams. I think they got a lot of talent on that side of the ball. We think about all the players like, is it Robert Quick? Oh, no, Robert Quinn.
Quinn, yeah.
And they got some other guys out of that Robert Griffith deal with Washington a few years back. They ended up getting
a linebacker from Georgia. I can't remember his name. He's solid.
So they got good players on defense. Defense is not the problem. It's the offense. And when you rank dead last in offense, 31st in rushing, 31st in passing, that means you're not moving the sticks and you're putting a good defense at risk. Now they look average because they on the field so goddamn much.
People talked about Ty Gurley's year. He still had over 1,000 all-purpose yards and 6 touchdowns. But I mean, you ain't had no threat of no running game.
Right.
No threat of no passing game. So you're gonna put everybody in the box.
I was like, he was constantly looking at 8-9 in the box. If you can get beat by the 49ers last year twice, only 2 wins, then you weren't a very good football team. I'll just leave it at that. The biggest receiving weapon that's gone is Kenny Britt. They replaced him with
Quick too.
And Brian Quick, okay. So they replaced Britt and Quick with Sammy Watkins and Robert Woods.
Solid pickups.
Solid. Could be a wash. Could end up being a wash.
Could be.
I would love to see Tavon Austin under Sean McVay. He's one of these guys that I think that Jeff Fisher and the rest of that crew has not used him properly. You got a weapon there. And outside of running some end arounds, they haven't figured out how to use him yet.
Because that dude's about my size, and they had him running in the rounds, and they were giving him handoffs out the backfield.
He should be – when you look at the Falcons last year and how they used Tyler Gabriel, that's how Tavon Austin should be used.
I heard that they plan on using him like D-Jax, how they used him in DC last year. Now, I don't know about his hands, but I know he's fast.
Yeah, okay.
So that's solid. I mean, the one thing I'll say is they appear to have a plan now. They appear to have a plan.
Right. And when most of these bottom of the barrel teams, that's what you want to see. If you're realistic, that's what you want to see is a plan. You know, you get fanatics that come on, that like, yo, we gonna go from worst to first. Pump your brakes, slow down. There's turnover in the NFL every year. There's one or two teams who sneak up and exceed expectations. But normally it's not a team that won 4 games last year. I think the Rams won.
Yeah.
So I got them going 5-11. I think they can maybe get to 6-10. Now, when I took a look at their schedule, I think they got some easy games there that they can win, especially toward the latter part of the year. So I'm giving them 5-11, 6-10, somewhere around there. That's
feasible. I don't understand the big money they gave to Whitworth. That dude's 35.
Bigger question is, when is Aaron Donald coming to work?
Man, I keep hearing regular season.
Okay.
I mean, he ain't really got no option. He's under his rookie deal still. Like 2 years left.
Right. So it's probably one of them things he just don't want to come to camp.
Pay that man, people. Pay him. All right. We come to the last team. And initially, people, my intention on this show, if you were watching this on YouTube, I was going to wear my Grinch shirts. I was going to hate. I was going to hate on these damn 49ers. But I ain't going to do my brother that way. My partner. I ain't going to do him that way. I'm going to let him speak on this. This is your squad. You run these numbers down. You tell me what's going to happen, brother. Outside of going 0-1 in week 1.
Well, of course, we're going to beat y'all last week 1. This is how it's going to go. We'll run off this abysmalness. I think I just made up a word from last year. Offense ranked 31st in the league. I think the numbers cut off because I know we weren't 4th in rushing. What number was that really?
Nah, it's legit.
4?
Yeah. Chip Kelly.
Okay. We'll roll with that. 32nd in passing. Again, 32nd. That's dead last people in passing. I'll be the first to tell you, hey, I would love Colin Kaepernick to have a job, but 32nd in passing. We're gonna touch on some more of that in a second. We're gonna talk football. Okay, so I know Colin Kaepernick better than my quarterback for 3-4 years. So we're gonna talk about football. Takeaway giveaway. We was ranked 24th. We took it away 20 times, not bad. Gave it away 25. Kaepernick numbers last year: 59%. Completion percentage, 2,241 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 picks, 23rd in QBR, 55.2. Carlos Hyde, 988 yards, and that's with him missing, I want to say 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, he balled for y'all.
6 touchdowns, 4 fumbles. He's got to clean that up. Got to clean up the fumbles. And then Jeremy Curley was our leading receiver. 64 catches, 667 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mind you, Jeremy Curley was not on our roster until sometime in the preseason, I want to say. And he was our leading receiver. So, where do we start? Of course, we were 2-12 last year, so it's really nowhere to go but up. Kyle Shanahan's coming in. We're going to see what he can do. Don't bring that Super Bowl debacle shit to us. We don't need that. I'm interested to see what he's going to do with the run game. We signed his fullback, gave him a lot of money. Kyle Jessic, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Gave him about $30 million.
Damn.
We gave him a nice little chunk of change. That figure could be off, but he gave him a nice little change for a fullback. I think what we're going to do with him is probably kind of use him like an H-back, kind of like we did a few years back with Delaney Walker. line him up out of the backfield, kind of line him up in the tight end spot sometimes. He can do a lot of different things.
Gotcha.
A little bit, well, not a little bit, even though we're still not where I want us to be receiver-wise, upgrade. Pierre Garçon. I like Aldrick Robinson. I like his speed, so hopefully he can bring something to us. We still got Jeremy Curley, so got a few weapons there. Not a whole lot, but we got a few. We got a couple old veterans coming in, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Earl Mitchell, I think he's going to be the starting nose tackle, kind of shore up that run game because we probably gave up 6,000 or 7,000 rushing yards last year. We gave up, I think it was 12 or 13 straight games of 100-yard rushes. Whatever the number was, it was the NFL record. So that's not good. Quarterback situation, we got a stopgap, man. We got Brian Hoyer. Not great, but he ain't the worst.
Y'all playing with house money in that position.
Absolutely. And I want to talk about Cap a minute football-wise because, of course, there's a lot of talk about him not having a job and what have you.
Keep it 1,000, homie.
I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it 8,000. Now, people, if you really watch Colin Kaepernick, he's been successful with one coach, Jim Harbaugh, with a system tailored around his skill set. Okay? Last year, yes, he did all right, Chip Kelly, but again, an offense centered around his skill set. Not many teams in the league run that type of offense. Okay? Go ahead and get here while I get my next thought together about him. Because I just want people to realize this guy was on the trade block from us for quite a while. And he was only owed $10 million a year. I think
it's funny. But that just lets you know people don't watch football because people sitting there up in arms about Cap. And don't get me wrong, I think he's being blackballed. Right. But like you said, it's only a few teams that really could have signed him. Everybody else has legit quarterback situations sold up. If you bring Cap in, Cap is a running quarterback.
Right.
You're not changing your whole offense if your player get hurt for your backup. You want somebody who can keep the continuity and everything going. Cap had a solid season with 16-4, but I didn't put the fumbles on there. And the line wasn't great. But
even with the 16 touchdowns, 4 picks, yeah, those numbers aren't bad. But if you look at what Chip Kelly asked him to do, they definitely had the reins on him.
Yeah,
it wasn't like they was opening up the playbook and let's do all this stuff. Okay, Cap is a one-read quarterback.
That's it.
That first read is not there. He's trying to take it off and run. Now he tried to do a little better with that, but he just had not progressed to that point that I think he needed to be a pocket passer. And this is before all the protests.
I'm gonna say this: the best I remember Cap, that Green Bay playoff game. He went up there and put it on Green Bay.
Right.
He was the shit that game.
Yeah.
What do you think happened between then and now? It wasn't just all Harbaugh leaving.
Well, I think that was a big piece of it, but he did start to decline a little bit Harbaugh's last year. Now that could have been, all the other stuff that was going on within the organization. He had the back and forth and the beef with Alden Smith. There was rumors about him. The locker room wasn't really feeling him.
He went vegan, lost weight.
Well, he kind of did that after he had all those surgeries. Remember, he had surgeries last offseason, and that prolonged him getting his weight back up. But he definitely was not the same quarterback the last 2 years he was in San Francisco as he was his first 2, and that's just not debatable.
It's not.
So, I hope he lands on his feet. But at this point, in where we are in the football calendar, it's going to be very hard for him to come in and get acclimated to a brand new system that is more than likely not the best fit for him anyway.
I 100% agree. I saw at least 3 teams that need to holler at him after this past week, but
absolutely, like teams like Jacksonville,
Indianapolis.
The Colts, they need to be calling.
Dallas.
They need to be calling him up. Several teams. He should at least be. They say you don't want to change your whole playbook for a backup, but I think he's good enough that he can still come in and be a backup at least to a lot of these quarterbacks where things are suspect, or maybe up in the air if something happens.
I agree. All right, tell me who must step up. Your record prediction. What you got for your team?
Before I get to that, I got to give some praise. I done did a lot of harping and negative stuff. I want to give a little bit of praise to John Lynch. I was not on board the night I heard that he was our new GM. I was like, what the fuck has just happened?
You showed your ass on Twitter.
But when he fleeced the Bears, what's up, Glass? When he fleeced the Bears out of them picks, that made me happy. So we got Solomon Thomas and Reuben Foster, and we drafted the running back Joe Williams, who Carlos Hyde needs to look out for. But I got us going 5-11, possibly 6-10. If we can get there, I'll call the season a success. I think that's us heading in the right direction. As far as players who need to step up, I got a couple. Rashard Robinson, he's supposed to be our starting corner. Now, preseason so far, he's done okay, but he started off slow, getting beat, missing tackles, couple flags. So we're looking for him to be our number one corner, so he's got to step up. Eric Armstead in the middle. We're switching defenses a little bit, so I want to see how he does in the middle. And Jimmy Ward, it's time for him to stay on the field and prove that he was worth the high second-round pick that we used on him about 2 years ago. What you got?
Okay, my last take. Do you want the Cam jersey, the D. Will, or the Hester jersey hanging behind me after week 1?
Okay. Well, going to my players who got a lot to prove in 2018, I got Carlos Hyde. Again, Joe Williams is on your back, homeboy. So, you need to prove that to Kyle Shanahan if you can play in this system. And Navarro Bowman. So far, he looks a step slow. Coming off the major knee injury, coming off of Achilles, who said he's going to be the same guy that he was?
How old is he?
29-ish, somewhere around there.
Damn. He seems older than what he is because he done been hurt so much. But
yeah, he tore his knee up against Seattle and then popped the Achilles again last year. In regards to your little jersey question, if we so happen to lose the game, which is possible, okay, I'm definitely not wearing the one with your fucking name on it. That is not going to happen. So I'll rock with the A-Town boy. I at least rock the Cam.
Okay.
It'll be a jersey, and I'm not wearing no loafers with no socks and no tights and no tutus, none of that shit to go with it.
Okay, last question. This is a legit one. I mentioned earlier y'all playing with house money. Kirk Cousins a 49er next year?
If you asking me to say yay or nay, I'm going to say yes.
It's not bad.
I think Kirk Cousins is doing his little interview runs right now and saying all the right things. He wants to be in Washington for all his career, blah, blah, blah. We understand. But we also understand that you're tired of these people playing you from year to year and don't want to give you long-term money. So, Kyle Shanahan's there. We know that there's a connection there. There's mutual interest. So I think it's a very good chance. We definitely got the money. We definitely had the money to, back that Brinks truck up for him. So if I had to guess right now, I'll say yes.
All right. Let's try to rapid fire this because we are coming up on our time. All right. My STFU award for the week is to David Griffin. It seems like he's been on a sucker campaign since he got fired on the Cavs.
Yeah, he mad as a motherfucker, man.
He really is. I mean, talking about LeBron's going to go to the Knicks.
Why?
Really? Man, just shut the fuck up, man. Just go sit down.
Is he still? Did the Knicks fill that job yet?
Yeah, they got that dude from Sacramento. They got the brother.
Okay.
They turned him down because he wanted to fire everybody and bring his own people in.
With David Griffin?
No bueno. What you got for STFU for the week?
It actually has I had Charles Barkley. I heard him on Mike and Mike this morning with Will Kane.
Oh, I ain't even hear him. Oh, Will Kane. I bet that was priceless.
I knew it from the time it came on. I said, "Oh, these two motherfuckers on together? Fuck that." But I listened to him for a minute, and it didn't take him long to piss me off. Of course, he's talking about players protesting, police brutality, yada yada yada, and he's one of these ones that topped it off. But we need to do better with black on black crime in the community. Of course we do, and I'll say it to him in the face. I don't give a damn. I'm not gonna say I don't give a damn about black on black crime. Obviously, I do, but I don't give a damn about it when it comes in regards to policeman killing people of color without justification. Okay,
that's apples and oranges. You can't compare it.
And at the end of the day, when a brother kill another brother, guess what's gonna happen? His ass is gonna be in cuffs, locked up, sent away almost immediately. Okay, these cops are not being held accountable, and that Charles Barkley and everybody else who don't get it. That is the motherfucking difference. And until you get that into your head, shut the fuck up.
Bingo. All right, last call. We'll come to the point of the show where it is the lights are coming on. You got to make them decisions. You got to do what you got to do. Time to go to work. Okay. I got to do this first one because this is classic hating right here. The Pacers filed tampering charges against the Lakers over Paul George. Because has Paul George not been letting loose that he want to go to the Lakers for like last year and a half, maybe two?
The Pacers are acting like the distraught girlfriend or boyfriend who they mate been telling them for months, I'm gonna leave your ass, and then you finally leave them, you surprised,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You should have been stacking your paper before.
Right. I mean, damn. Now if this hate campaign actually goes well and they stop him from going to the Lakers, wow.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna be able to prove.
Only thing they got is that Magic Johnson, that interview he did on Jimmy Kimmel. But hell, he got asked a question, he answered. So what?
Right.
I don't understand this tampering shit to begin with because, like they say on the radio, the deadline to sign players, you can start signing people on July 10th. Mm-hmm. Deals are signed at 12 midnight. So you telling me folks ain't talking this whole time?
Right.
Come on.
Right. It's 12:01. Like this free agency, was it this free agency or last free agency? Twitter, the timeline started blowing up at 12:01.
This year and last year.
Right. I mean, so there had to be some talk.
And my thing is right here. If your game ain't strong enough where somebody can come in and get in your player's head, that's on you.
Exactly. We'll use the girlfriend boyfriend reference again. Some brothers ain't secure in they shit. If a dude can come fast talk your girl and talk her draws off in 5 minutes, hey man, she was never yours to begin with. You weren't you weren't holding it down to start with. So,
I'm gonna use two references from back when we were young Diego and young Hate.
I'm scared.
This is 8 Ball. Break that chain, let her go. It's got to be a lot more. It's a lot of cats out who ain't gorillas.
Nope.
A gorilla ain't losing his girl.
Not at all.
So.
Not at all.
All right, D-Wade is expected to be bought out by the Bulls. Does he go back to Wade County? Or does he go chase a ring with LeBron?
No, man. D-Wade going to chase that ring, man. There's no doubt in my mind about it. No doubt in my mind about it.
You know what? I agree because 4 is better than 3.
And I think he might still be a little salty with Pat Riley.
Hey, I go back strictly on the strength of LeBron. I know that man $11 million. But that's another story. I digress. Hey, the last story of the show, we're going to get a little serious here. We're going to have a moment of silence for Raina St. Patrick, Ghost Little Girl. If YouTube weren't some suckers and was going to hit us for playing it, I'd play that Crossroads, man.
Oh, yeah, they get us with some copyright infringement. I'll be getting the damn email as soon as I post the show.
So we can't even play that shit, but, man, Tariq, you a sucker, homie. I don't want me to talk about power on here, but Tariq, you a sucker, homie. That's your little sister, man.
Worst big brother ever.
Ever.
He sat behind the rock and watched.
Right. What? Remember, this is another young Diego and young Hayes story. If something would happen to you, what would Mama Diego say to me?
Where the fuck was you at? And that's real, people. And matter of fact, his mom and my mom do that to this day. Something happened to one of y'all, it better happen to both of y'all, or you better have a damn good explanation why you weren't there.
Them the rules. Just the way it go.
Them just the rules. That's just how it go. That's just how it go. So before we get up out of here, people, of course, we got fight night this week coming up. I'm so glad this.
I'm let you do a breakdown on Thursday on that one. I want you to.
You know what? I'm thinking it's Thursday. It's on a Tuesday. You're right. We'll do that Thursday. Hey, I'm about to wrap this up, man. Tell people where to get up at you at social media.
Holler at me on @ReK6000 on Twitter. I talk sports.
There you go. Also, you can reach myself at Diego Barish on Twitter. Also, don't forget to hit us up on AA Sportscast Twitter page. Check out our IG page. We got a lot of popping photographs and things going on there, so we would love to interact with you guys there. Also, don't forget YouTube channel, man. Watch, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, your family, your co-workers. Hit that like button, subscribe, man. Give us some love, give us some comments and some feedback. And last but not least, also make sure you download that Spreaker app and make sure you take us on the go with you there. If you're working out, you want to listen to it. If you're in the car stuck in traffic, you want to listen to it. You know, you at a bar mitzvah or a baby shower, it don't matter. Church, listen to it.
Hey, homie. What's Mystical doing right now in that lockup?
I bet you he not saying the man right here, because if he says the man right here, they're gonna be like, oh, for real? Hey, man. Before we get out of here, shout out to our Urban Arena crew, man. Shout out to Glass and Brandon at Get With It Sport. Also, Big Q over there at Big Boy TV. Kane and Ice Show. Nicole Monique at TWSS Sports, I believe it is. And last but not least, man, my man Left-Handed, representing them Buccaneers out of NYC, New York City. He's probably somewhere right now dropping the high 16. I know how he do. Word. And man, AA Sports, straight sports, no chasing. Uncle Hate, Diego Barista Car, the Black Dominican Russian. I'm 6 foot under post-up champ. We let y'all Thursday, man. Y'all be easy. Peace.